everybody. Welcome back to New Day. One of our very good friends is a longtime chef known for truly great food in restaurants, but he's also known in our community for having a very big heart as well. He and his wife Angela are once again acting as campaign chairs for United Way to help shine a light on those who are experiencing homelessness. Please welcome Chef Ethan Stowell, and from United Way of King County, somebody you will recognize from King TV, Sabrina Register. It's good to have you here.
Thanks, Margaret.
Ethan, you're pretty busy. How many restaurants now?
We have got 14 right now, and we're building 2 to 3 more.
Yes.
So yeah, we keep busy.
Wow. Yeah, you're pretty busy, and yet you make a lot of time for things in the community with regard to hunger and other things. Tell me why that's so important to you.
Yeah, I think it's, because I'm from here. I grew up on Capitol Hill, and I've seen the city change and grow, and a lot of it has been for the better. I'd say obviously the majority has been for the better, but we do have some things we need to work on. There's no doubt about it. And when you're a business owner like I am, or just a worker, there's things you do, right? Like I love cooking, so I was very fortunate to have a career where I really get to love what I do. But that's not all I want to do in my life. I don't want to only be a cook. I don't want to only be a chef. I want to, be, a part of the community. Angela and I both want to be members of the community that have helped out. So when we're all said and done, and they've thrown dirt on us at the end, they can say, hey, they were actually pretty good people.
These people were plus. They were a plus for us. Sabrina, let's talk about United Way for a second. And I've heard that you mentioned 3 buckets in terms of how United Way helps our community. Can you explain?
Absolutely. A lot of people know the name United Way, but they don't know necessarily all the work that we do. And I do kind of break it down in 3 buckets. So United Way of King County is building a community where people have homes, where students graduate, and where families are financially stable. So we're lifting out of poverty. We're making sure that students are graduating. So we start when they're really small. We want to make sure that all kids are starting kindergarten on an equal playing field. And then we also reach out to those who have left school without graduating. So they are of high school age or even a little bit older, ages 16 to 24. And in King County, 14,000 people have left school without graduating in that age
that's
group.
Such a problem, and it affects the rest of your life if we can't do something with that. But the flip side is also all those things you mentioned make this a stronger community for everybody, not just the recipients of these programs, but for the rest of us, no matter what.
It's so true. The last bucket of work is our work to end homelessness. And as most people are aware, homelessness is a real crisis in King County. We have more than 11,000 people in the county who are either staying in shelters or they're living out of their car under a bridge on the street. So we're working to end homelessness. So we have a couple of different programs that address that. One program is our Streets to Home program that Ethan is super passionate about. Another program is our Jobs Connect program. And so we are connecting people who are experiencing homelessness, who are looking for work, who can work, with employers who are looking to fill jobs, especially in this robust economy. We recently held our community resource exchange just down the street at CenturyLink Event Center, and it is one day where we welcome all of our guests. We had over 1,200 people experiencing homelessness. They come in, everything from resources like dental extractions. They can get a haircut. They can get a free pair of running shoes. They can have their feet washed. We also are connecting them to jobs. So we had employers like UPS and Amazon who were on site, who were doing job interviews. And some people walked out of there just a couple of weeks ago and actually had a job.
That's
so we also are connecting them to resources too, and that's where Streets to Home plays a big part there.
It's really important. That program means a lot to you because?
Well, when you're taking a look at homelessness, right? We all know and we all see it out there.
Yeah.
And there's so many myths about it. There's all the rumors you hear. These people, they don't want help. They like to be out there, or they're
because who doesn't dream of growing up and living in a tent on the street, right?
Or they have drug addiction problems. They have mental illness. And that's, in some regards, all of that in some regards is true. But, I want to take a couple steps back when I'm thinking about it and say, hey, when somebody first experiences homelessness, not one of them wants to be there. Now, us as a society, I think that we've let them down enough and so much that they've had to adapt to a new reality. Meaning, hey, I've been on the streets for so long, had a mental break because I couldn't handle the stress of it, or I've been on the streets for so long and there was no help for me that I ended up getting addicted to a drug. Those things do happen, but but I want to also be very clear that nobody wants to be homeless when they first become homeless.
And no matter what it is that's happened, that doesn't mean that you don't offer a way to stabilize your life and to encourage people to do that. Again, because big picture, it's good for them, it's good for the communities we live in, correct?
Correct. Correct.
So, let's just do that. Ethan, what are some of the ways people can get involved with helping you help United Way?
Right. I've been, Angela and I are this year's campaign chairs. I mean, and this year, my focus is the Streets to Home program. It is the idea of let's get to people before they become homeless, or let's get to them when they're in crisis and give them the resources to get out then, because it's easier to get them out then than after they've been on the streets for 6 months to 12 months. Let's give them money for rent. Let's keep them in homes no matter what. It's so much more effective and safer and less expensive, actually, if we can pay their rent and keep them in their home instead of letting them fall on the streets. Because once they're on the streets, it's a real big struggle then to kind of solve that problem. But if we can do everything we can to help them before they actually are in crisis, that's the best option for us.
Then we can make a difference.
So I'd encourage everybody to go out and look at UnitedWayKC.org and read about the Streets of Home program.
And go from there. And there's another way. You can stop by the United Way table at King 5's Connected event on April 19th. We'll have treats provided by Ethan. I'm going to draw you in with food, and then you're going to learn about 25 great nonprofits with ways you can get involved. And you can find details and ticket info on our website, but it's going to be super fun. We will also link I guess it's 14 now of Ethan's restaurants, and you can enjoy any of them anytime you like. Back after this. Thank you both very much. Say hi to Angela.